turns out. All right, Alex is in. Let's join him into the broadcast. Sweet, invited. All right. Great. Woo!
What's up?
What is up?
What are you wearing?
Canada. I think it's a soccer shirt, so forgive me.
I'm wearing my hockey jersey that I wore for high school.
Very nice.
Yes. I have a confession to make. So for the 2020 UFAs, there's more players that we did not come up with. Originally was the top 20 UFAs. There were players like honorable mentions who weren't part of the list. So like what as we go to where we start, then we'll just take it from there. And we will definitely do 2019 NHL free agents if it was a W or an L or neutral. So you're letting Ben know or that he's coming in or what?
Yes, Ben will be coming in at 7:05. So
Okay, perfect. So how's your day been?
Day's been good. How's yours?
It was good. Looking forward for the all talk show, whatever the it's.
Yep, the All Sports Talk Show. Alex will be our guest next week. I think it's probably going to be either Tuesday or Thursday, so hop on by, Sportscaster. Of course, me, Isaac, and Sam. We were on last night as well.
And I watched that.
You got to see me absolutely fail when it came to my basketball knowledge. So definitely tune into that if you want to get some laughs. They said Taco Fall was going 6th man of the year. And apparently Sam Reese was telling me that he spent like the majority of the years in the minors. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is new information. Yeah. Like I said, that's why we do the Powerskateshow and not like the 3-point show or whatever. Because
And for like announcement, just for like right now, there's a good chance we might have our own YouTube channel. But like if we do have one, are you gonna run it or what?
Yeah, I could certainly run it. I think I tried to make my own logo for the show. That did not go great at all. So I think, I'm going to go email some of the workers at Sportscast this weekend. We get a new logo, get us on Twitter, get us hopefully on YouTube, and then, we can just go for it.
Let's say if you like make a YouTube like tomorrow, let's say that, then like on the Instagram, like we'll have like the Stanley Cup playoffs logo just for like a backup logo, if that's fine with you. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, because I don't know. Like I said, I tried making a logo that didn't go as planned.
Ben's in the house.
Say the least. All right, Ben is in. Let's get him in here. Our guest for tonight's show. Let's get him in here right now. All right, we invite him.
Yep. All right.
Hey, Ben.
How you doing?
What's up, Ben?
Doing good. How are you?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
Not much. Just having a good time. We're just chilling. So let's start the podcast. What's going on, everyone? This is Alex Dasso alongside with Grant Flood from Flux of Sports Zone. And today, this is episode 7 of the Powerskateshow podcast series. This is Strictly Hockey, and we are with Ben Kruse. Ben, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Thank you. All right. So before we start, let's say if you guys enjoy it, please hit the thumbs up. That meant greatly appreciated to us. That's going to make us do more podcast videos. So how this works, so we are going to do our 5 picks from the 2020 NHL free agents. Say like the last contract that they use and say if he will resign or not. If you guys say no, then you will choose 3 teams of your choice. See what's a good fit. All right, let's get started. All right, we're going to start with center Mikko Koivu from the Minnesota Wild. His last contract was $5.5 million per year. He's 37 years old. Will he resign with Minnesota, yes or no? Grant, would you like to start?
Sure. I mean, Mikko Koivu is interesting because, he spent his entire career with Minnesota up to this point. I mean, it would really seem weird, if he, left Minnesota. I don't really think another team's going to want to really target him. And I think Mikko Koivu is above average to, just go over to Europe and play in the KHL. So I would imagine the Wild would probably re-sign him as a good depth piece and, of course, good leader.
Ben?
Yeah, I agree. The only reason I'd not see him resign is like someone like Joe Pavelski, who's been with the Sharks for so long. Mikko Koivu, I kind of really do see as a long-term player there for sure. And I believe he's kind of from that area, so I think it really fits his style there.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't see him come back in the NHL. If I was Bill Guerin, who's the GM of the Minnesota Wild, I would give him like 2 years or give him like one last hurrah in the NHL and have him go to Finland. Like if he did not resign, like Ben, like you said about Joe Pavelski being with San Jose for a long time, signing to Dallas, I would see him go to Ottawa or just to add more leadership to the organization. Maybe Pittsburgh to add another leadership with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Patrick Marleau, and any of those guys just to mentor the young kids like Jake Gensel, not much as a kid, but let's say that anyway. Sam Lafferty or John Marino. I would see him still see him go to Pittsburgh as more a leadership level. All right, next, Grant. I'm not sure if we did it, but I'll just say anyway. Mike Green from the Edmonton Oilers, originally with the Detroit Red Wings, $5.375 million per year. He's a defenseman at 34 years of age. Will he resign with Edmonton? Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Ben, would you like to start?
Oh, no, Ben, you could totally go.
I'm going to say no because he's actually been on a couple teams. He's been with the Washington Capitals. He's been also with the Red Wings. Are you a Caps fan?
Yeah.
I'm a Bruins fan, so.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. I like Ovi, so.
Good.
But I was saying, I think Mike Green can really fit for a lot of teams. I like him on the Sharks, maybe. The Sharks have kind of two guys in Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson are kind of more on their higher years in terms of age. I would think maybe the Bruins, but the Bruins are kind of set with their leadership. They're kind of young and they have a lot of talent. The only reason I could see maybe him going to the Bruins is if they don't sign Torrey Krug, because Torrey Krug is going to be signed with somebody, if not the Bruins. I like potentially him going back to Detroit, where he's from in Michigan. Maybe the Red Wings might take a look at him. But I don't see him coming back.
For me, I would say for his hometown, Calgary, because if it's not my phone. So if Hamonic or some dude who's in the free agent, if they do not sign Hamonic or anyone who's in the D-core, then I would see Mike Green just to have another fit in, because he's well experienced. He's been like some good teams in his prime years. He's facing another playoff run this year with the Edmonton Oilers. So if Edmonton does not be in top 8, past the play-in round, then he will not resign because he wants to have another good chance so that he won't waste time year after year after year with Detroit, when they were beyond terrible. Yeah, this is a coin flip. But for my answer, I would say he will not resign with Edmonton. All right.
I think Mike is an interesting one as well. I think mainly because, he is a veteran. But the problem is, Edmonton, they have such a young defensive core. I really don't think they want to keep someone like Mike Green around, which I could definitely see him, going to somewhere like Detroit, or maybe not going back to Detroit, but like Calgary, Ottawa, Vancouver, like a team that could, use a depth piece on defense. It could really use him for a playoff push. Well, maybe not in Ottawa's case, but at least in Calgary and Vancouver's case.
I think a sleeper team maybe for Mike Green is the New York Islanders. I think the New York Islanders have kind of always been a team that's kind of been on that bubble. And for a leadership guy in the defense, I know a guy like Nick Leddy's been there. And they have Andy Green also, who came from the long-term player on the Devils. But I do think Mike Green could maybe look at the Islanders as another option as well.
Yeah, like I would agree with you because like they have some good young pieces featuring Adam Pelech, Devon Tays, and Ross Johnston. Like he's like a depth D.
And they have Ryan Pulock too.
Yeah, and Ryan Pulock. If you say his name, then yes, that would make sense. And yeah, once again, I would see him go with the Islanders. Okay. Once again, Grant, I'm not sure if that we went over, but once again, I'll say it anyway. Jimmy Howard, goaltender from the Detroit Red Wings, $4 million per year. Is he going to resign with Detroit? Yes or no?
Oof. I'll go last.
Grant?
All right. I don't know. Jimmy Howard's, he's been with the Red Wings his entire career, but at the same time, he is not the goalie he once was about 5 years ago. He has just fallen off a cliff statistically. He is no longer fast. He's just out there just getting lit up, allowing 3 to 4 goals every game at this point. And you would hate to see a player like Jimmy Howard go down to the AHL or the KHL. So, I would imagine he would probably go somewhere as a good backup, but definitely not in Detroit. I would probably say a team like Toronto could use him, get some more depth in the goaltender position because, let's be real, Michael Hutchinson ain't going to cut the deal there. And Frederick Anderson does need some help. So maybe get a veteran presence. I don't know. But Jimmy Howard, I definitely don't think he's going to re-sign with Detroit.
For me, that's a no-brainer. He ain't re-signing. There's no way. I would see him go to Washington so that he can grab some more help. Like he can help out Ilya Samsonov. But the problem is, Ilya Samsonov is going to be like an all-star level goaltender. Like let's say like 2 or 3 years down the road. Well, that makes sense. Like he's still developing. He showed some progress last year in the AHL. Not really, but like 80% of it. He showed more progress than he had this season. So if I would see Jimmy Howard being with Washington, then like then Jimmy Howard can add some progress like 2 years because this year he can't win. His record was like 2-22. Like, isn't this unbelievable? But if you would grab some help on a good team like Washington or Philadelphia, if Elliott leaves, something like that, then we can see that. Carl Hart and Jimmy Howard. So yeah, he will not resign with Detroit.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't think he's going to come back. He's not the same guy he used to be. He used to be really, really dynamite when the Red Wings were actually pretty good. But they've kind of lost a lot of their key pieces over the years. And I do think he could go to a team like the Flyers. I think he's more now capable as a backup goalie. He's a kind of a serviceable guy. Like a Washington, too. I do kind of see that maybe as an option. Trying to think. I think maybe the Sharks could be an option too, because they've kind of needed some goalie help. I know they have Martin Jones. A lot of the young goaltending that have been like starters. I think that Howard could be a good backup. Maybe the Rangers because they have Igor, and I think Lundqvist is probably going to be done with their team because he's kind of on the back end of his career now. So yeah, I don't see him coming back. Even though he's kind of been there for a long time, I think maybe he wants to try to give himself a chance to win before his career is over. So I think that's why he's going to go.
All right. Next one, we got Sammy Vatanen from the Carolina Hurricanes. He's a defenseman, 29 years of age. His last contract was $4.875 million per year. Originally with, I think it was Anaheim or New Jersey, but whoever it was, let's say that. Is he going to re-sign with Carolina, yes or no? Grant?
I think Carolina, I mean, it's interesting. Sammy Vatanen is a very good player who's just hit his prime. He is very good. The problem is the Hurricanes have such a good defense already. You know, why would you keep him around? You still have guys like Hayden Fleury and like the AHL, who I don't think are really AHL ready anymore. I mean, the problem is, you know, the Hurricanes that could save some cap, maybe pick up another defenseman and save some money. I think Sammy Vatanen will end up signing with the contender, perhaps like the Rangers or the Flyers, you know, go there and, you know, try to win a cup, because I think, you know, those two teams are pretty much like a one very good defenseman away from really making a push perhaps. And I don't know, it should be interesting. I think Sammy Vatanen, I think he'd be a key contributor for the Hurricanes in their playoff run this year, but re-sign, I will probably say no. I could see him. Yeah, I think he would either sign with the Flyers, Rangers, or maybe the Flames.
Yeah. I'll go. He will definitely re-sign because Brett Pesce, Jacob Slavin, TVR, Hayden Fleury, and Dougie Hamilton. He can be another good piece. As far as I'm concerning, like Vatanen has shown improvement with like Anaheim in his early years of his career. Close enough on New Jersey, but not really. Carolina had he's been showing more progress than like his whole career. Then I don't see him go anywhere. But if he's gone anywhere, I would say Toronto, so that they can have more D help. Because pretty much Cody Ceci, what Cody Ceci has done this year. If there was a trade like Vatanen to Ceci, then that can be like a jump boost in the D core. Travis Dermott has shown improvement. Who's the other guy? Jake Muzzin shown improvement all the way through his career. He's shown improvement. Yeah, like if you guys have like good guys like Morgan Riley, still all-star level, then like I said, Vatanen is close to being an all-star defenseman. Then if Toronto has Vatanen, then pretty much you're all set to go.
I don't see him leaving either. He was on an Anaheim team and a New Jersey team that were kind of the bottom of the barrel. So he got moved quite a bit. And I think like you guys mentioned that he's in the middle of his career and he's playing at a really high level. I do see one team like a Tampa Bay Lightning who are right there to make a good cup run. That maybe, they have Ryan McDonough, they have Dan Girardi, they have Victor Hedman. So they have a lot of key pieces on that back end. And maybe, and Sergachev, right. So I could see him maybe as a second liner for a top team, maybe a first liner for a pretty, crap team. But I don't see him going anywhere.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Carl Silverberg from the Arizona Coyotes. Excuse me. He's a center, 34 years of age, $4.75 million per year, originally with the Colorado Avalanche. Will he resign with Arizona, yes or no? Ben?
I'm going no. I think he's a good, serviceable second liner on a pretty good team. I know he was on my Bruins for a while, and he did a really good job. I think he was a third liner for us for a while. He's really good crashing the net. I like a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs, maybe a Tampa Bay, a Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia's starting to really catch their stride before this whole pandemic started. So I think maybe there might be a key piece away and give them a little bit of a punch in the front of the net. I do see him leaving Arizona. They're trying to clean up shop at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Derek Stepan or Phil Kessel might be on the trade block for their team in a while. But no, I don't see him going. I do see him going somewhere.
Grant?
Yeah, I think Carl Soberg at this point, I think, he's always been like an average third liner to me. I did like what he did with the Bruins, but once he went over to Colorado, he kind of slowed down. And now on the Coyotes, he really hasn't done a whole lot. I could see maybe a team like Winnipeg who's just trying to add like a little bit more grit on like that third, fourth line, maybe pick him up on like a cheap 1-year deal. Maybe Dallas as well. I could see Toronto, like you mentioned. But, yeah, I don't really think he should re-sign.
This is a coin flip. He's been looking solid. According to his stats, 17 goals, 18 assists, 35 points in 70 games. If Arizona passes the play-in round, then I would see him re-sign with Arizona. But if they do not pass the play-in round, then I would see him go to Carolina, just for other reasons. Philadelphia and Washington. If Travis Boyd leaves, because pretty much for Washington, like most of their free agents, like the upcoming are gonna leave. So yeah, I could see him be with Washington, but probably a bomb six role, like third or fourth line, probably in the second line if anything happens. So yeah, in my mind, my final answer, this is a coin flip. I will see him re-sign if they pass the play-in round.
Okay, fair enough.
So Graham, would you like to share with your topics?
Yeah, well, actually, unfortunately, not a whole lot of hockey news happened over the course of the week. I do have, I'd say, probably 2 topics. One of which is Ducks defenseman, former Senator defenseman Chris Weidman now is in the KHL. And I find this very, I know maybe some of you haven't heard of him, but, I thought, coming out of Ottawa, I thought he was going to be one of the league's top defensemen. And then, he just never panned out, head over to Anaheim, and he's played, pretty below average there. He's, been getting called up from the AHL and so on, just like repeatedly. And, I think maybe, joining the KHL, that might be perhaps a boost in his career. I'm not exactly sure, but whoever this KHL team is doing, they got an unproven defenseman, but he is pretty quick and he's pretty strong on the puck. So good for that KHL team.
Yeah. For me, I like Chris Weidman as with his time in Ottawa. He has been a solid defenseman in my mind. He was a normal top four defenseman, not going anywhere. Once Ottawa was starting to be terrible, once the end of Erik Karlsson's era and Ottawa ended the era of Mark Stone and Zingle and Hoffman, then ended up got traded to Anaheim. Didn't notice about him going to Anaheim. Like in my mind, I thought he was with San Diego the whole time, and I think that was a move that he's not with the NHL at all. He might there's a possible chance that he could come back to the NHL once his contract ends. Probably 2 years out, I'm just guessing. Then he has like a 50% chance of coming back, or maybe stay in Europe the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of Chris Weidman, but I am reading a little bit here of kind of what his career has been like. So obviously, like you guys mentioned, Ottawa. He's been with the Ottawa team for a while. He's been with the Oilers and the Panthers, and then he got dealt to the Penguins last year. He never appeared in one game with the team. So I pretty much said to him that I don't know what age he is right now, but obviously he's probably not the same guy that he used to be. Or he just needs to go down and get demoted for some boost or some
or show progress.
Yeah, exactly right. Because when in the 2009 entry draft, he had 16 goals and 29 assists in 181 career regular season games in the NHL. So there is potential there, but I think maybe that he just needs to go down and get some boost. Maybe down there with some younger guys to get his mojo back.
Yeah. All right. So So next topic, Grant. I'm not sure if I stole yours, but I'll just say anyway. Washington Capitals assistant coach Reed Cashman will now coach to Dartmouth College. For those who do not know where Dartmouth is, it is in New Hampshire. So Reed Cashman was part of the 2018 Stanley Cup team with the Washington Capitals, and I think 4 seasons coaching with the Washington Capitals. So like in my mind, I was like confused. Well, like it's college stuff, which like I think Dartmouth is a D2 school in my mind, but yeah, like Reed Cashman is one of my top 3 favorite coaches in the Washington Capitals, and to this day, he's been showing good improvement about line changes, helping with the goalie coach, and helping with Todd Reardon. He's most likely coaching with defensemen. He's very good at helping with John Carlson, Michael Kempney, Dmitry Orlov, and Radko Gusev, Jensen, and Juice in about 2 games and went off to Anaheim, and Brendan Dillon till the pandemic starts. So he worked hard being a good defenseman coach. Once if other coaches are doing other things for changes with sports, helping with Barry Trotz and Todd Reardon itself. Yeah, Reed Cashman might show improvement with Dartmouth and the NCAA league. So, Graham, what were your thoughts about Cashman heading to Dartmouth?
I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, good for him, trying to get a head coaching role. But, I mean, you were, a defensive coach for one of the better NHL defensive teams. So, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't think he should have ultimately ended up going there. But, I mean, I think he's doing what's best for him. And, hopefully that pays out. Hopefully becoming an NHL head coach sometime within the next 5 years or so. But, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Good for him. I think he's doing, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. And I think he's going to take this Dartmouth team to the promised land.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that he's kind of, I agree and disagree at the same time. He was coaching for a really well-known defensive team, just for a great organization for a while. The Capitals have kind of always been that team and always in the mix in the Eastern Conference. There's always a reason why Braden Holtby's been one of the best goalies in the league for so long. John Carlson, great defenseman. He's been one of the biggest reasons why. And Dartmouth, as a hockey program, I'm not sure about how good their program is, but anytime you kind of get an opening, obviously, for him being in the NHL, coaching, maybe he wanted something different. He's still going to be, around the hockey organizations. He also was a part of the Hershey Bears for a while, I think. Did some stuff down there. So I think it's obviously a different opportunity, but he's probably excited, and probably the Capitals were excited for his new opportunity as well.
Yeah. So, Grant, what was that the topic that you had, or what?
No, my next and actually final topic is Oscar Lindberg is now cancer-free. This was so awesome to hear. Lindbaum, sorry. What did I say? Lindbergh. Sorry, I'm thinking of the guy who's playing the Rangers. But Lindbaum, yes. Yeah. But, I mean, hey, listen, we got to give him a congratulations. I mean, got cancer earlier this season. I mean, absolutely devastating news. But, to only fight back and, beat it only roughly 5-6 months later, I mean, it truly is remarkable. So, I give, credit to, all the doctors who, help him out, beat this terrible event, especially during this pandemic. I mean, just give all around an applause to the doctors that really helped him out because, man, oh, man, I mean, he was only up 5-6 months. It looks like he's coming back next year. So, maybe this will motivate Philadelphia in the playoffs more, and maybe they'll win the cup off of this. But,
yeah,
I got to tell you one thing, though, Oscar Lindbaum, I mean, he's a great player. I'm glad to see him back on the ice, and, yeah, I can't wait to see his return.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Oscar Lindblom. I see him play with his years in Lehigh Valley. So like, and he was the guy who started in the 2018 HL Outdoor Classic, which was the game that I went to in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And to me, with Oscar Lindblom, he showed progress with Lehigh Valley. He worked hard in the NHL, scored his first NHL goal with the Washington Capitals, which was funny. Yeah, like in his second season, showed fantastic. And if Lindblom did not have cancer, he would get his first career 20-goal season. Probably he would finish his career with 28 goals, like this season. And I'm facing Philadelphia with as a Caps fan. Philadelphia, I would see him go to the Cup final since Lindblom is all good to go. He's going to be fast, well paced in the NHL level. Future 30-goal scorer and maybe an all-star. And yeah, Lindblom, well deserved to him. And yeah, I was worried about him like not like being sick. But once again, congrats on him and the doctors for working hard and have him like rehab like fashionably, and looking forward to see him on the ice for many years to come. Ben?
Yeah, I'm very happy for him. Even as a Bruins fan, definitely there's more important things in life. And obviously somebody that beat cancer is obviously a huge accomplishment, especially with what's going on in our world right now. Any positive news that we can get is a bonus. And for a guy like Lindblom, he's young. He's playing on a team that's right there for the run in the Cup and the Flyers. So I'm happy for him. And I think the fans, obviously, in Philly are really, really happy. And just not in Philly, but everywhere in the hockey world, especially for that to happen. So good for him, and hope we get to see him when the season returns soon.
Yeah. All right. Next one. This is kind of interesting in my mind. So since the Columbus Blue Jackets had been on fire and nobody knew in the whole world that Columbus is going to be one of the best teams, Jonas Korpisalo and Elvis Merzlikins showed improvement. Will they repeat next season like they had from this year? Grant?
Go first.
That's such a very interesting question because both goalies. I think Korpisalo and Merzlikins. I think that has been the surprise goaltender duo this year. I think they'll come down to earth a little bit next year, but overall, I see Columbus still being a playoff team. I mean, still pretty strong defense, and their offense, at least the first two lines, could certainly, change the momentum of a game. So I can definitely see, if Merzlikins and Korpisalo, if they did anywhere near what they did this year, I don't see why not Columbus shouldn't be a playoff team again. Honestly, I think they will. I would imagine, like I said, I think they would come back down to earth, but you never know. Maybe one of them makes the All-Star game. Maybe one of them's in the Vezina Trophy conversation. We can get wild here because, you saw Connor Hellebuyck, kind of do this, he started off pretty good, but now all of a sudden he's like a Vezina Trophy caliber goaltender. So I can maybe see Merzlikins and Korpisalo maybe going down that road, or, it's turning into an overall solid 1-2 punch. I know plenty of teams in the NHL that currently has that right now, and, why not add the Blue Jackets to that list?
Ben?
I agree. I think you think about it with goalies especially is you have to give them time. You have to give them, in terms of starts, you don't want to overrun somebody else than others. As a Bruin fan, I remember a couple years ago, Tuukka Rask wasn't, he was fine in terms of his productivity, but he wasn't the same guy like last year and our Cup run, even before the Cup run, because Jar Halak was so stellar. They gave him some time off, and for a guy like Tuukka, he definitely needed that help. So when you got one guy that has so much productivity, especially one of the highest guys in goals against average, you definitely give that confidence to the other guy. And I think for Merzlikins and Korpisalo, they have been surprises. But I think they're really young, and I think their defense in front of them helps a lot. So between that, being young, and, having a young defense that you trust in front of you, and, you have all the momentum in the world to perform really well. So.
Yeah. for me, Corpusalo and Merce Lincolns are you can have debate with this being one of the best goaltender duos like to this day right now. Like in my mind, like at the start of the regular season, I put the Blue Jackets in 6th place because how it went in the free agents, like Bobrovsky gone, Duchesne gone, Dzingel gone, Nyquist gone. Never mind. Nyquist in Columbus. Yeah, like there's like conversations, like not really, but I'll just say anyway, like if Merce Linkage should win the Calder Trophy, which we will definitely get into that very soon. In my mind, I would say like if Columbus passes the playing round, then I would think Merce Linkage have a good chance to win the Calder, but Makar and Hughes are on the runaway of win the Rookie of the Year. So like if that's a shocker, if Columbus is going deep like in Cup final, then Merce Linkage will win the Calder Trophy. But we will definitely get into that right now. So yeah. All right. Next, this is a little debate right now. What will the Buffalo Sabres do in order to make the playoffs next season? Here's my thought. Goaltending, yes. Carter Hutton is terrible with Buffalo. He is failing for the starter role. Linus Ullmark is still showing improvement, but he is 27.
Backup,
yeah, 27 years old for Ullmark. If they have like a goaltender like Holtby, I would definitely see him go to Holtby go to Buffalo. Sorry if you can't see me. Or maybe like Robin Leonard back to Buffalo since he's shown improvement. Checking Markstrom or Grice or Talbot, like one of those guys, then maybe like you will see like a top 4 team or top 5. The only problem is defense. Yep, that's right, boys. Defense is a problem because Rasmus Ristolainen is not good, minus 115. You have Colin Miller, Jake McCabe, Henry Jokiharju, Dahlin. They have no like number 1 defenseman. If they would draft a number 1 defenseman, I would see like Jake Sanderson take over or Jamie Drysdale. But I think Drysdale is going to be a top 3 pick with Lafreniere and Quinton Byfield. So I would see Jake Sanderson maybe take over with the D-men since we see him showing big improvement with last year's World Junior Championship tournaments, and Jamie Drysdale as well. So like maybe if you have Sanderson and Dahlin, I think that's a good fit with Jokiharju and Risto and McCabe and Miller with the D-Corps if that happened, if that existed next season. So Graham, what do you think about what are the expectations?
You know, if I'm Buffalo, better than this year, but you expand the playoffs to 24 teams and you still don't make the playoffs, you're still in trouble. Buffalo, they're going to have to come up with a couple blockbuster trades if they, I think, even want to go anywhere near the wild card spot. I just think, you know, teams like Columbus, Carolina, the Islanders, maybe the Canadians. Like, I just think like they're just much better teams on paper. I think more deserving to make the playoffs than the Sabres, quite frankly, even right now. I mean, the Sabres, they got to fix their defense and their goaltending issues for sure. But, I mean, really, you take a look at the offense, and you have to even, you know, change around most of the offense because they have Jack Eichel, you know, Victor Olofsson when he's healthy. You know, outside of that, really, what else do the Sabres have? It's just a bunch of, like, second and third liners really doing nothing. And, you know, I just don't know. I think when the Sabres re-signed their coach a couple weeks ago, I thought that was a horrible idea. I think the Sabres, they got a clean house. Terry Pegula is doing an awful job. And, you know, you just got to fix this and, you know, get the Sabres the right coach, get the players they need, draft who you think is necessary, and just I maybe say 2 or 3 years go for the playoffs, but for next season, I don't think I would get Sabres fans get pumped up on that.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to point out, they need secondary scoring. They need more secondary scoring. Jack Eichel and Victor Olofsson, that's it. Sam Reinhart is next in line to be another secondary scoring since he has shown improvement with a horrible team. Marcus Johansson has been a solid player this year, and Jeff Skinner did nothing since this dude has 14 goals. Last year he had 40 goals. So since this dude isn't doing anything, he should have been another secondary scoring. This dude, Jeff Skinner, has been in a roller coaster career. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Good season, bad season. Good season, bad season. Good season, solid season, okay season, bad season. Johan Larsson has been good lately.
Yeah.
Gergenson's is a bust so far in Buffalo. He only had one good season, which was the 2014-15 season, but absolutely did nothing. Wayne Simmons is coming to a close a little bit, but not really. Sobotka and Thompson did nothing, and Tage Thompson cannot crack an NHL level. And Jimmy Vesey is, I don't know what's wrong with Vesey, but he's from Boston. So I'm giving you guys respect since pretty much you guys are from Boston. So VC needs to show progress, or else he's not worth an NHL guy.
I thought Kyle Poso might give them some of a boost, but he hasn't. What I do think in Buffalo, what they got to do is, I don't know if you guys have seen the recent of Jack Eichel, but he's been frustrated with the Sabres. Yeah. Obviously, the main player saying, I'm tired of losing. And for a guy just to stand up, that's been obviously one of the best players in the NHL, to say that for a team. I think that what they should just do, like you guys mentioned, clean up shop, maybe do what the Rangers did, just start younger, maybe add a big time player. I'm not just saying just get rid of Eichel, but what I'm saying is maybe help him out on the first line, get him a true, not like an Artemi Panarin type, but kind of in that certain level. And then, he doesn't have to obviously do all the work for their team, especially on the defense too. They have to improve on defense. Maybe like a Mike Green, for instance. Mike can help them. They need true veteran leadership if they want to do anything, because you see all these other teams, they have a lot of veteran leadership, and I think that's what they're really missing right now.
Yeah. So here's an interesting one. We're gonna look back for the 2023 agents. If they're gonna sign Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Mikhail Grenlund, Mike Hoffman, and Alex Galchenyuk, or Taylor Hall, if he does not resign with Arizona, then I would say this is a Jason Bartle dream. The song itself will not be a meme. You guys know the Hey Jason Bartle song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if that happens, then the song will not exist. Pretend that did not happen. Because I listen to the song every day. I don't know why, but if the Sabres even make the playoffs, then I would delete the video or say it's a spam. But if they have some and Tyler Toffoli, yes, I think Toffoli should be a good fit with Buffalo. If they had Toffoli, then I would say that can have a good boost.
I love Toffoli. I wish the Bruins got him, but yeah.
Yeah, they will miss the playoffs for 2 years with Toffoli's time, but once they start to become better, in my opinion, since Seattle's coming up soon, which we will get into that. So if Toffoli comes in, if they get rid one player from the expansion draft, then I would say Buffalo can have a good chance of grabbing a playoff spot or a playoff contending type. If the 24 format is still official, forever, let's just throw into that. So Yeah, like Buffalo definitely needs help on goaltending, defense, and secondary scoring. All right.
Yeah, I think that Buffalo can be good is if they just spend all their money on all these free agents, which they have the salary cap to do that, but do they really want to do that? I doubt it. So I think, it's still going to be another couple rough years for Buffalo, if you ask me.
Yeah. All right. We got two more topics, and then we will close it out. And one thing is a question and a debate. Who should the Seattle team name will be? Grant, would you like to talk?
Not the Kraken. I do not. I know that's probably the front runner right now, but I do not like that at all. I would say maybe the Seattle Express. I think that can maybe be a good name. I was about to say the Thunderbirds, but I'm pretty sure that's already a WHL team. So
that is.
Basically, the Thunderbirds, that would have been good. Obviously, you're not going to put another Seattle Seahawks or Sonics or whatever, so that's out of the question as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, or maybe like the Seattle Storm because, I know it rains a lot down there in Seattle. I mean,
or the
I just feel like, there's other things you could do than the Kraken.
It's funny you said
Seattle
Storm because the Seattle Storm's actually a WNBA team right now. So that's pretty funny you said it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe not the Storm. Yeah, why can't you be like the, I don't know.
You know what my pick will be? I'm talking the Metropolitans. Yes, we are going to look back in 1917. If that pick existed, let me tell you, that will be a home run name. There's going to be lots of salads. It's going to be an A+. They're got to bring back the old jerseys, like the Christmas colored jerseys. So, like, yeah, my front runner pick will be the Seattle Metropolitans. Just bring back memories like 100 years ago. So, like,
sure.
Yeah, I kind of see the Seattle Metropolitans or the Emeralds, or maybe like the Seattle Wizards. But what could that be? The Seattle Wizards, or maybe the Spartans? Maybe if you ask me, the Spartans, but it might be tough. But Ben, what do you think?
I'm liking Seattle Wildcats.
Ooh.
I think that'd be an interesting one. Maybe the Seattle. I don't know, Seattle Dragons, maybe.
Yeah, like that can be an interesting.
Yeah, bring back the XFL team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seattle. I was gonna think of Seattle, like the Seattle Knights, but Vegas has that. So.
Yeah. Or maybe the Seattle. Oh crap. Like the Space Needles, Seattle Space Needles. Yeah, that won't happen, but it'll be funny.
The Seattle Silvers. The Seattle Silvers. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so we're on to our last topic. So before we start our last topic, if you guys enjoy, please hit the like button. That man greatly appreciates to us. That's gonna make us do more podcast videos. And Ben, thanks for coming out today.
Sure.
And let's get right into it. Who will win the 2020 NHL awards? And before we do that, me and Grant are going to do the All Sports Talk Show on Tuesday, so we're going to do that topic. But why not just to do a sneak peek? Just to do it anyway. This is for like Ben. So we're going to go over all awards. We're not going to do individual since it's already been official. So Art Ross, Leon Draisaitl, Maurice Rocket-Richard is David Pastrnak and Alex Ovechkin. You do not see that very often of two players sharing. The last time was Steven Stamkos and Sidney Crosby in 2010, I believe. And William M. Jennings Trophy is the Boston Bruins with Tuukka Rask and Jaro Halak. So yeah, let's do the Hart Trophy. Who will win the MVP? There's talks about Nathan McKinnon coming in, Draisaitl or McDavid. So who do you think who's going to win MVP? Ben, do you want to take over?
Oh man, I'm gonna say McDavid. I think Connor McDavid just He's a world-class player, just so super talented. He literally averages about 30 goals a game. I know Draisaitl probably had the better season, and I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to him as his line mate, but I don't know. I kind of have a feeling McDavid's going to make it.
Grant?
Yeah, I mean, McDavid's definitely a good I would definitely say he's definitely up there. I basically say your top 5 would be definitely McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, Pastrnak, or Ovechkin. So I think if one of those 5 players win, I'm honestly fine with whoever does. But I will go with Leon Draisaitl. Pretty sure we talked about a couple episodes ago. I'm pretty sure he has 113 points in like 70 or so games. I mean, I know you're playing on a line with Connor McDavid, but like you can't like he's literally putting up Mario Lemieux numbers out here. I mean, like who in the world? I mean, like I tip my cap to Leon Draisaitl. He's been very impressive, especially since you think like, oh yeah, Draisaitl's a great player. But you think McDavid would probably be, have more points, more goals out of the bunch. That has not been the case this year. I think overall McDavid might be a better player than Draisaitl. I think this year you gotta give Draisaitl MVP.
I'm gonna throw a shocker one, which you will not see this coming. Artemi Panarin. Yes, Artemi Panarin. Look, this is a guy who signed with the Rangers. No one thought the Rangers would even do good since like you have like Kapakaka and Fox, Ryan Lindgren, and like Lundqvist is starting to come to an end with, and you got Georgiev and Shesterkin, and like Panarin is like shocking the world right now because like since the Rangers are now becoming a playoff team, like so far like the Rangers missed the playoffs for like 2 seasons. Usually rebuilds take like 3 or 4 or 5 years or something like that because like you need younger players to have more experience. Like this is what Ottawa and Detroit's in that situation now. There's no way that Detroit's gonna come back like right now to be like a perennial powerhouse. Like it's sometimes like Colorado where they only missed 1 year of playoffs. Like they were like Detroit Red Wings, like sometimes like that, and they just came in be like a playoff team. So if that it's a coin flip between Panarin and Nathan McKinnon.
I like the pick.
All right, next, James Norris Memorial Trophy. Is it an obvious question? Ben, who do you think is going to win Norris?
I mean, I'm trying to think about the certain candidates here.
I'll give you one. There's talks about John Carlson being in, maybe Morgan Riley or what am I thinking? Probably Quinn Hughes. Not really, or Alex Pietrangelo. Who would you choose out of these 4?
I like Pietrangelo. I think either him or Carlson. I would give it to Pietrangelo. I think Pietrangelo is a very solid D-liner. He's always been reliable on the back end, and I'd give it to Pietrangelo, I think.
Grant?
Yeah, Pietrangelo has impressed me a lot this year. I kind of want to go with an unpopular opinion, but I kind of don't. You know what? I will not. I will say Pietrangelo. I would kind of throw in guys like Torrey Krug in the mix, like solid defensemen like them. But I will go with Alex Pietrangelo overall. And let's go with Pietrangelo. Why not?
Yeah. I would say John Carlson, yes, as a Caps fan. Johnny for Norris, for Caps fans in line. There's talks about Ivan Provorov as like a shocker in the mix.
Yeah.
Like John Carlson is a no-brainer about him being one of the best defensemen right now. Talks about Pietrangelo because like St. Louis was horrible in the first half like last season and just came up and worked their butts off and just went to the Stanley Cup final and hoist that cup in front of Bruins fans. I'm sorry, you guys, but yeah, I know it's tough, but yeah, it's once again it's a coin flip. I'm sorry, between John Carlson and Alex Pietrangelo. So my final answer, I would say John Carlson. Frank J. Selke Trophy. Grant, who do you think who will win the Selke Trophy?
Selke. I would say Pasternak.
Ben?
I guess.
I'm gonna go repeat Ryan O'Reilly from the Blues. And it's hard for me to say that as a Bruins fan, but man, that guy, always a dominant faceoff guy. He just presents a big challenge in the front of the net. Even if it was good on the team Buffalo, who wasn't even at their peak yet, really at all. And I do like Ryan O'Reilly. Bergeron, maybe. I mean, because he's been pretty solid, but you could obviously say that as a choice. But I'm going to go Ryan O'Reilly.
For me, another coin flip between it might not be right, but let's just say anyway, Tyler Toffoli in my mind. Like Toffoli has been improving. Like 24 goals, 20 assists for 44 points in 68 games. I would see him be like in the top 3 candidates with Pasta, Bergeron, or O'Reilly. O'Reilly has a good chance being a back-to-back defensive forward of the year. Maybe Jay Beagle. Because like Beagle, as with this time with Washington, like whenever he gets injured, he just jumps in to be excuse me, I'm sorry. He just jumps in to just be strong and just humble so that everyone can improve. Say like, look how brave Jay Beagle is. Like there's a lot of good candidates in my mind. Like Pasternak, Bergeron, O'Reilly, Toffoli, or Jay Beagle. So in my mind, I would say another coin flip, Ryan O'Reilly or Jay Beagle, since Jay Beagle has shown improvement with Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'd say Jay Beagle will get the Selke. All right, another one. Lady Byng. I don't know why we're bringing up to Lady Byng, but why not? Like, who do you think who should win Lady Byng, Grant?
That is a good question. I'm trying to think. Maybe we could go with.
Do you want me to get to you later or what?
Repeat Alexander Markov. Why not? Let's throw that out there.
All right, Ben.
I might just go coin flip for this one. Elias Pettersson out of Vancouver. I do think a Vancouver team that has a lot of potential in their team. Pettersson's been a very solid first liner, second liner maybe. Tyler Toffoli came in, meshed with really well. And I just like Pettersson's game for a while. So
yeah, for me, I would say Bo Horvat because like Bo Horvat too. Yeah, like Bo Horvat in his first year as captain, the team captain, like he put together almost a powerhouse team. There's like times that they were in first place in the Pacific Division for like 2 months, and like they stick together. They weren't out in the playoff spot. The only times that they missed was 2 games that they were out in the playoff spot, and they put all together, start over again, and say like, we're gonna take action. We're gonna increase. We're not gonna give up. We're not gonna take a step back. This is our time. This is our year. We're gonna go in. Like Bo Horvat is gonna be one of the best.
I have another one too that I was thinking of. Sean Monahan. Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey. Monahan's been a very I think he's a very underrated player in my mind.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Three more, I believe. We'll make it quick. Calder Memorial Trophy between Makar or Quinn Hughes. Ben.
Gonna go with Makar. I just think that he's been very young and outstanding player on that D line for the Avalanche, and he deserves it.
Grant.
I'm going to go Cale Makar as well. Quinn Hughes has definitely impressed me quite a bit, but Cale Makar, I mean, he just brings such an offensive presence as a defenseman. I mean, I really don't think you can't go wrong with either one, but I think Makar is just a tick better than Quinn Hughes. That's just my opinion, so I'll give him the Calder.
Yeah. I'm going to do a coin flip between Cale Makar or Elvis Merzlikins. Merzlikins, like I said, if Columbus goes deep in the playoffs, they go to the Stanley Cup final, then he has a good shot of him going to the taking home the Calder Memorial Trophy. Like once again, I'm a huge fan of Cale Makar. He's one of my favorite young players to this day. I don't have his jersey, but it's still coming in. Quinn Hughes, I just know that he's doing good. I think he played a couple of games in the AHL, like once his U.S. program ends or Michigan time ends with college. I think he played a couple of games with Utica. You can tell me if I'm mistaken. Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar never played in the AHL. Just played in UMass Amherst. Just wants to develop in UMass. Went to the national championship against Minnesota Duluth, and they lost. And this dude just came in on Saturday, just went to the playoffs, and he went phenomenal. Cale Makar or Elvis Merzlikins?
Merzlikins, I know we're talking about Merzlikins a lot. I know he's been very good, but very shocked to really put him as one of the top two candidates for the Calder. I really wouldn't think that. I think it's what they. I
think Merzlikins, in my mind, could be an award winner next year. Because I do think that he's still young, and I know Makar is very, very young himself, but I don't know. Makar's doing a lot of things that are like young players shouldn't be doing. Like that's how good he's been.
Yeah, and there's talks about Ilya Samsonov or John Marino. So do you guys agree about Samsonov or Marino being a Calder talk?
I could see it. Marino was on defense for the Penguins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, Penguins are kind of a team that is faced with a lot of veterans, obviously, on that back end. Letang's not the same guy. Marino was obviously kind of an up-and-coming player. And then what was the other guy you said?
Ilya Samsonov, goaltender from the Caps.
Okay. Yeah, he really showed. I think Holtby's had some injury problems in the past, so he's come in some games and he's performed pretty well. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. All right, one more is the Vezina Trophy. If you want to add Bill Masterton, then that's all right. Well, why not do two more? All right, Vezina. Who do you think will take home the Vezina Trophy? Grant?
I'll go last.
Vasilevsky. Why not? I don't know. I think he's gonna have a bounce back here in the playoffs. I think in the regular season he's performed as advertised. He's still a very good goalie. He just got to improve in the playoffs because last year was absolutely atrocious. But outside of that, though, I mean, overall the guy can win, and I would have confidence if I was Tampa Bay this year. So. I guess I would give it to Vasilevsky. He'd win it didn't he win it last year too?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Back to back for Vasilevsky. Why not?
For me, another coin flip, Jacob Markstrom or Eunice Korpisalo. Well, Korpisalo, should improve as backup with Bobrovsky a little bit. Shown improvement during rehab with the Cleveland Monsters this season. So like I said, if Columbus goes deep in the playoffs, like I said with Merzlikins with Calder, then maybe you can see Korpisalo coming in or Tuukka Rask maybe. Markstrom. So for the three candidates, I would say Rask, Markstrom, Vasilevsky, or Korpisalo, depending on the play-in rounds or the playoff format. You know what I mean?
I'm going to go with Robin Leonard as mine. He was a nominee last year, and he moved teams this past year, and I think he was pretty stellar. Marc-Andre Fleury was out for some time, and they want to put a goalie with Malcolm Subban for Vegas, and he performed really, really well. He's been with the Islanders, and he's really improved his game. He has some emotional problems for sure. I don't know if you guys seen Robin Leonard after sometimes.
Last year.
He gets really, really upset. But I think when he's on, he's one of the toughest goalies to stop. He's a huge body, and he really performs. I thought he really performed well last year, so I would kind of give him the edge this year too, because he didn't really change much in terms of his game. He just played the best that he wanted to play.
Yeah. I agree about Robin Leonard. Crap, what's his name? I would think about Philip Grubauer maybe. Since Grubauer just spot on to be like a good starter with Colorado, a second place team, or maybe Jordan Binnington. Since Binnington, this dude is going to show big improvements later on. So there's lots of tough goaltenders this season. There's a lot of coin flips, a lot of debates going on. For me, I'll say Jacob Markstrom, just for he's shown improvement.
Okay.
Last one, Bill Masterton. Okay. It's between Oscar Lindblom or Bobby Ryan. Who do you guys think who should take him Masterton?
I'm gonna go Bobby Ryan. I think he just came. He came with that one game, the Stenino. Obviously, he was dealing with a lot going on for himself. He had that. I think he had a hat trick that game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So he, for Ottawa, a team that's not really been in the mix for a while, he does give that team something to root for, and he's not only a good guy, on the ice, but he's trying to improve himself off the ice as well. So yeah, I'll give it to him.
Grant?
Yeah, Bobby Ryan. I would say Bobby Ryan as well. I mean, like we said earlier this episode, congrats to Lindblom for, passing cancer. But, and I don't know how you guys are going to take this or not, but I think Kobe Cave should also maybe be a candidate. I mean, just so sad what happened with his brain bleedage and, fortunately ended up dying 4 days later. But I would give it to Bobby Ryan, but, Lindblom, of course, also in the mix. I would probably also throw in Kobe Cave in the mix as well. Rest in peace, man. But, yeah, I mean, sad year for hockey, but, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys would think of that, but.
No brainer. It's going to be Kobe Cave because right now, one of my good friends who are starting to become hockey fans were just so just crushed, just heartbroken about what happened to Kobe Cave. Lots of dark clouds coming in under us. If Cave did not get it, then I would say he should be the cover of NHL 21. Which that can be like a huge makeup. Just say Cave deserves the honor that he deserves. Most likely an AHL guy, which everyone knows. He's been a good helper with with Boston and Edmonton. He tried so hard to be a NHL regular in the lineup.
Mhm.
So like
He eventually did that too. Yeah, he eventually did that.
Yeah, he was
and
playing a lot in the American Hockey League. He was playing with
Bakersfield.
Baker. That's okay. Okay, that was yeah.
Yeah, Cave. Like I think Cave deserves Masterton, just to honor his legacy, or have him be on the NHL 21 cover. For me, for Masterton, I would say Bobby Ryan or Lindblom. Still coin flip. If that happens, then Cave will definitely be on NHL 21. Yeah. All right, so that will definitely wrap up for episode 7 of the Powerskateshow podcast. Next week, Grant, I think we're gonna announce it soon. Will be one of the best crew in all of sportscaster. Sam Reese and Isaac Edelman, which one of the best crews of all. And Ben, once again, thanks for coming out. And I definitely followed you on Sportscaster. So
thank you guys. I appreciate it. Anytime you guys need me again, I'll be ready. Thank you guys.
Yeah, this has been an awesome time having you, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right, and with that, if you guys enjoyed, please hit the like button. That man greatly appreciate us. That's gonna make us more podcast views. Check out on our Instagram at Powerskateshow. We made an Instagram account last month. We're starting to have a Twitter and YouTube. If we have our logo, but the Stanley Cup playoffs logo for this year is our logo for right now. But we'll keep you guys updated pretty soon. Ben, thanks for coming out once again. Check him out on Sportscaster.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you guys were about to mention, but I have a show every Tuesday night and Thursday night. I do a show on the Patriots on Tuesday night, talk about the NFL, and then on Thursday night, I started the last couple of weeks. I've done the Return of Sports. I've just done an episode for about an hour for each. Return of Sports, I've pretty much just talked about the latest regarding leagues coming back and formats and everything like that. I've done some videos. So if you guys want to take a look and all the viewers that I'm watching in, check it out. So
yeah. And check out on my sportscaster at DMV Sportsnet. I will definitely come back broadcasting the NHL draft lottery and the NHL draft, and have a guest with my girlfriend since she's not a hockey fan, but she will definitely come to the playoffs as a good feature, and hopefully many viewers will come. And check out Grant at Floodster, as you can see on the screen. Check him out on Instagram at Floodster Sports Zone for daily sports news. And once again, we're gonna end it right now. Thank you guys so much for coming. Be prepared for next week, as we're gonna have the best crew and all, and we will definitely talk